everybody, it is Mike with Become the Night, and welcome back to my channel.
No, your eyes do not deceive you.
We are about to go through what I consider to be the five best songs by The Doors over the next 5 days. That's what we're going through. Since you guys liked the 10 Metallica songs over 10 days series so much, we're gonna be doing it again, but this time over 5 days. Instead of listing the 10 worst songs from a band that I love, now we're gonna be doing 5 of the best songs from a band that I hate. And yes, I still hate The Doors.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
For those who aren't familiar, about 2 years ago, I made a video explaining why I do not like listening to The Doors. That video, unsurprisingly, stirred some controversy, and that was probably the most toxic comment section I have ever had. I was a little mind blown just how bigoted Doors fans are. To be clear, it's not like I can't stand being in the same room where a song by The Doors is being played. I saw Robbie Krieger play a live event at a Gibson thingamajig after NAMM, and it was a lot of fun, especially with a different singer, this hippie-looking lady who was excellent, and Robbie Krieger, especially nowadays, excellent blues player. Most of the songs that get regular radio play, I don't hate, even with how intolerable Jim Morrison's voice is. So it'll be no surprise that that's where I'm gonna pull a lot of my takes from. Since making that video 2 years ago, I've grown to have a little more appreciation of The Doors, but not that much more. Ray Manzarek is great on the keys, easily the best musician in that band. Densmore eventually got his drum chops tighter and tighter. Densmore and Morrison had very strict convictions against the commercialization of their music. I take it on a case-by-case basis. I don't think that that's a big deal to me necessarily, but big kudos to them for sticking to their convictions, unlike some other people we may know in the music industry. Regardless of how I feel about their writing or performance talent, what they made is still art, and they stayed true to their perceptions of what art means and how it should be used. Being offered $15 million from Cadillac would make a lot of people drop their convictions, and they didn't. So in that regard, they have my respect. While I don't like their songwriting, I have to acknowledge they were experimenting in a quasi-prog way, especially for the time. I still think a lot of those experiments were failures, but they weren't all just throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks. And the risk taken in that experimentation should be acknowledged. Just like the Metallica series, if you comment in the first 30 minutes of any of the videos in this upcoming series, I guarantee you a reply. It seems like my last experiment in trying to chug the algorithm was pretty successful, so for the foreseeable future, I may be doing more of these series. I told you all I have several longer videos that I've been working on for a while. That's still the case, but because of how full my plate is right now, I kind of had to make some decisions. I'm in the midst of doing the research necessary so I can make a documentary, a really nice documentary, about why African American music is the most important music culture of the 20th and 21st centuries. I am drudging my way through this book, Music, Passion, and Cognitive Function by Leonid Perlovsky, as a part of the basis of my theory. I've been working for a year now on a very special, one-of-a-kind guitar project that had to be put on hiatus because the tech I was working with took a job at Gibson, a really nice job, actually. So now he has no time. I'll actually be talking to a company about possibly finishing that project here this week, so fingers crossed. I have another relatively mini documentary style thing I want to do, similar to the CCM video I did before, where I'm gonna be exploring the toxicity of being a modern artist in the music world. This would be clout chasing versus being an artist. And my band Crusade is in the midst of production of our new single, and we're trying to ramp up to get more shows outside of Nashville. We just started working with a producer who has highlighted to us where we need to place our priorities and is pulling the best out of us in a way that we couldn't do ourselves. All of these things are all on my plate. They're in the hopper. I've slowly been working on all of them, and I've kind of had to reprioritize. Not to mention, I have a brand new concept as to how to revitalize the idea of the album in modern age. And there is a secret black metal project that I'm working on right now. Very clearly, all of these things cannot happen at once. Keeping in mind that YouTube hates when I take any break whatsoever. It's wonderful working on behalf of YouTube's algorithm. I'm left with a choice, and I had to remind myself why I started my channel in the first place. I started this channel as a way to build an audience for my music, so that's the priority. So in the interest of the band, I need to focus on YouTube metrics and performance, and that means making more regular videos more often. One of the reasons why it has been taking longer and I've been taking on these larger, more involved projects is because I want to get my video standards higher. I want to make things that I'm very proud of. And when I do these series videos, I'm going to try and bring as high a standard as I can give you. But the videos I have these high standards for also need to get clicks. My NFT video didn't do jack shit, and I put a lot of time and effort and a lot of thought into that video. The response to the 10 Days, 10 Metallica songs was great, and I think we can make it even greater, frankly. I want to get the shit boosted out of these YouTube metrics, and I want to see how far we can make this idea work. I was very honored by the positive comments that you guys left, and even saying you learned something, which is like, rock on, man. So let's buckle up for 5 days of the Doors. God help us all. Catch you tomorrow.